Cooper. Well, my friends call me Coop, but Denise Conaway. And I am the owner of Tent My Party, which is the first portable campsite in Maryland. And I'm also the owner of Kitchen Chronicles Hair Care.
Okay.
Tent My Party.
Yes.
Did you guys hear that? That's two businesses. That's
Tent
two
My Party
different
and
businesses.
Kitchen Chronicles. Two different businesses.
So tell me more about Tent My Party.
Okay, so Tent My Party, it's a business geared towards whoever wants to have a slumber party. Thus far, I've had all children, but eventually, very soon, I'll be doing adult parties also. So pretty much I show up and I come and I bring my campsite to your living room, hotel room, wherever you want to have it that's indoors. I bring lights, tent, comfy sleeping mats, nice decor. I do themes and everything. And I set it up. The kids party. They tell stories. They do whatever they want to do that night. And then I come back and get it the next day.
So is it the indoor camping experience?
It's an indoor glamping.
Outdoor?
No, not yet.
Okay.
That's coming.
Okay.
It's
Wait,
an
what was
indoor,
that? What was that?
It's an indoor glamping experience.
Okay.
Glamping.
Yes. You have camping and then you have glamping. Like it's fabulous, glamorous camping. It's like camping
Diva style.
Bougie.
Yes, I'm with you.
Without the bugs.
Right.
See, I can do glamping. I cannot do camping.
Yeah. It's without the elements. It's without. It's just right in the comfort of your home. So it's just comfy. It feels good. You leave out of your living room, and after I'm done, you come back, and it's something completely different.
Wow, that is amazing. So, what brought you this idea? How did you get started with Tent My Party?
Well, I knew that with Tent My Party, I knew that I wanted to start a business. Couldn't figure out what. I knew what I was passionate about. I knew that throwing parties was always my thing. When I throw a party, I throw a party. So it just felt good. It felt right when I threw parties. And I came up with a few different ideas in my head. And one day I was driving. I do most of my thinking in the shower.
And your phone is singing.
Oh, it's lovely. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. No, but I do most of my thinking in the shower and when I'm driving. I my 9 to 5 is kind of far, so I have a lot of time to think. And one day I was driving and it just came to me that every kid that comes to my house gets in my daughter's tent. All of them, no matter how small or big. And the reason why I say that is because my baby is 5. And when my son's friends come over, if they're like, girls, like the homegirls, she steals them too. And even like the big kids, they're in the tent. And I'm driving and something says, every kid loves a fort. And like I was one of those, I was one of those kids that like I was super girly. Any place your imagination could go, that's where I was with this. So I'm just like, and the reason why I bought her this tent is because she never asked me for a tent. I just knew I had in my mind what I wanted her room to look like, and it wanted to look like something I never had. Okay. And so that was the reason why I bought her the tent in the first place. And it just became a hit with everybody that came over. And I just remember thinking like, I should do a business and bring these tents, and I'm going to call it
Tent My Party.
No, not Tent My Party. I said I'm gonna call it Pimp My Party. And so then
party.
Nigga, what was you thinking?
I don't know. And then I told my husband. He's like, "What are you getting me? You meant Pimp My Party?"
No, well, he said, "Hell no, you can't do that." And he got on. He said, "Get that East Side shit out of here."
Exactly
Wait a minute.
No, that's what he said. I'm telling you, that's what he says all the time.
He said, "You meant Pimp My Party, right? You can't call it Pimp My Party." I was just like, "Oh yeah, they are kids."
Shout out to Cornell.
Yeah, they are kids. So he saved the day, and now it's called Tent My Party.
So you virtually envisioned what you wanted to have for your daughter and turned it into a money making machine.
Yeah.
That's dope.
My very first party was the launch, and that was her birthday in March.
Oh, cool.
Your kids came.
Correct. God bless you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was crazy.
God
It was like
you.
12 of those kids running around there.
God bless you.
And they all came, and what I did was I kind of kept like that room roped off until it got dark because I wanted them to have the full effect with the lights. And it was just something different. You know, I'm sure they've been to a lot of parties, but they probably never have done that. So I wanted it to be an experience for them. And so when they all walked in the room and I just remember like kind of standing back with the camera and they were like, wow. And I was like,
I've seen the pictures. They look absolutely amazing. I was very, very impressed. I said, this is so adorable. I can see, this being the sleepover thing to do.
Yeah, and she does the superhero themes and all of that.
Also, I really want to commend you on just bringing the creativity and imagination back to children. Everything is so accelerated with our kids. You know, they're too grown in most instances. But when I saw your business and I saw the pictures and read about it, I said, this is amazing. This allows children to be children, to use their imaginations and, get that feel of, being 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and you don't have to worry about, sending your daughter to a sleepover and things being too quote unquote grown. I think that, it was a good idea. So definitely commend you for that.
And what I tried to do was, I tried to find ways because I don't want anybody to feel like my kid is too big. So I have the tent parties, but then I also have the tentless parties. Like I did a tentless emoji party. And those girls, even though they
explain, because I don't even really understand the emoji thing till this day.
It's like
you have them all over.
I mean, I know, but explain, cool. I mean, I need to know.
I don't understand how you don't understand, EJ. I mean,
like 50 girls. I'm like 50.
All right,
oh my
you're
goodness.
right.
My girls have cell phones anyway. They won't pull out.
Oh my goodness.
Like 50.
So I did this emoji theme party, and a little girl turned 12. And they just really got a chance to be kids. They got a chance to have the same party set up, that the younger girls would have. And I even had a little girl that turned 12, and she actually did the tents, and it turned out really great. Where the little girls could just be little girls and do things that little girls do. They play their little girly games and they told stories, but it's not just for girls. I just haven't gotten to the boys yet. I'm gonna have them too.
Need to do a tent my party bachelor party.
Oh.
No, wait, you gotta relax. You gotta slow down. You're a little too excited for that. Me and Chico go and help you handle that. But what I'm saying is
that might get a little ratchet. Yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be. But it's funny because I hear you emphasize the age of the child, which is funny, with something that Jen is kind of touching on. 12 years old, and I gotta take time real quick. Big up Don McKay, the man that never sleeps, the man that's always working. He selectively answers your messages, but he's always working. His morning show, radioonfire.com, 9 a.m. every single day. But one thing that I promoted on the show is the asshole fathery. Okay, I am an asshole father, and I'm proud of it. So the one thing that Jen is touching on about the child being young, I am a firm believer. My kid's 8, 6, and 2, 3. I
think she's 3.
She's 3. I'm an asshole father. I'm allowed to forget a little bit. I know she's cool. My thing is, you don't need all of this. You don't need all of that. When I was growing up, the girl that was 12 years old around the block looked a little bad, looked a little horrible, looked a little shabby. And we don't need them to look like supermodels.
That's true.
You got kids running around here looking like whatever, and they have lost a lot of innocence, to Jennifer's point.
Right.
And you're saying, you're emphasizing, and I mean you're naturally doing that because you come across this, because I'm pretty sure people are thinking in their mind like, tent my party, my kid might think that's corny. No, man. Put your kid's ass in this tent.
Yep.
Let them be 12.
Yep.
And I think it was dope because my kids had a great time. I came in and I was like, damn, this is a hotel room? And there was tents everywhere and everything like that. So it's like, these kids need these types of experiences.
Absolutely.
And you know what?
Absolutely.
The thing too is that a lot of our kids never have a camping experience.
Right.
They probably never will. Like the parents are not going camping unless they're a part of Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, or something. They will never see a campground.
I mean, we typically don't
do outdoorsy things, you know. Yeah, so really. You know, this gives them a chance to get a feeling of what camp feels like, and even if your mom doesn't take you, when you get to go to the birthday party, you went camping. And you know, when we did the party, the very first party, I mean, those kids wore me out. I'm telling you, I'm like, they're never gonna go to bed.
You was crying in the morning.
Yeah, they would listen.
You was crying in the morning.
I'm sorry, I hate to be irresponsible, but I had to go to bed on y'all kids because they were up all night. They would not go to sleep.
But you weren't by yourself. You had.
But that's how it is in a sleepover,
right? But I'm telling you, when they told these stories, if you got the flashlight. Man, some of these kids had the floor for at least an hour. These stories were crazy.
I know my kids was
the stories were amazing. I mean, there were ghosts involved and swamps and flickering lights. And
but you had help.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to who helped you.
I had my son Victor. I had my son Marquise. My husband was there.
Black ass Chico.
Yeah.
Kim.
That guy.
Kim was there in the morning.
Yeah, Kim came in the morning. She didn't do much of anything. Kim doesn't do anything.
She looked like she was supervising the cleanup.
She was eating.
That's fine.
About it.
Damn Kim. Damn Kim. Damn it.
Hi Kim, I love you.
Damn it.
Yeah, but I did have help. My oldest son's girlfriend came and her mom came and she stayed and she. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, his girlfriend is really nice.
Get some points. But you know one thing, and I think Jennifer might have something. But one thing I gotta acknowledge, and it was one of my questions because you two ladies are mothers, business owners, black women, black girl magic, all that good stuff. East Side women, all of that good stuff.
Yes.
But you guys are both holy dirt moms.
Wait a minute, you still play for holy
dirt?
You
guys are both holy dirt moms.
He's 13.
You guys are both holy dirt.
Shout out to the Holy Dirt organization.
Yes, Holy Dirt.
Coach Rob, Coach Brandon, the president and
Holy Dirt.
President and vice president. Yes, my boys play for 9 years.
Yeah.
Coach now, Coach Jose. Coach
absolutely. And so my whole point of making that connection is, I mean, I know your husband. That's my brother. You are like my sister from Baltimore.
You winning, EJ.
Wait a minute. I ain't say all of that because she will get on my goddamn nerves. But my point is, how is it that you balance the household, the business, the Beyonce moments? How do you do it?
It's crazy around here.
Yo, Bruce. Come on, Bruce.
It's crazy. Since I've been doing this, it's a lot of late nights and early mornings. Late nights and early mornings. But the late nights, it feels different because when you're doing it for yourself, that's like the best reason to do it. It just feels different. I drive, like I said, I drive really far. I drive an hour each way. I had a party in DC.
Wow. At a hotel or a
house? It was a lady's house. Okay. And I remember driving out there. I set up. Next morning, I got there around 12 o'clock, and I remember driving on 95 on a Sunday, and I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and she said, "Man, you driving all the way from DC?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it just kind of feels different this time. Like, it feels different when you taking that drive for yourself." I wasn't mad.
Absolutely.
I was just chilling. I had the windows down. I was unbothered that I had to drive back from DC. Like, it's crazy.
It's different when those late nights and early mornings are to build your brain, to propel you in the business that's your baby. It's a different type of experience.
Yeah,
but definitely have to have the village. You have to have that support system. You can't do it without your village. And when I say village, I'm not just talking about family. I'm talking about friends as well. And sometimes you have to pull those resources in to chase your dreams and make those a reality. So
sometimes the village is there to help your kid, to watch your kids.
Yeah.
But for me, like, my village is my village consists of, my friends a lot. One thing I can say about us is that, when other people look at you, you tell them like, oh, I'm starting this business. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Mm-hmm. Or I'm going to start this hair care line. And they're kind of looking at you like,
relax. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Okay. Keep going. Don't talk about that.
Okay. But whatever it is that you're doing, and like people may side eye you like, whatever. But your friends, like that village is telling you like, man, just go ahead on and do it. And the crazy thing about it is not only are they encouraging you, but they're encouraging themselves. Like I remember I have a friend that she started her own business. She's really talented. She makes desserts. And I remember saying to her, like, what's taking you so long to start your own business? Here I am asking her what's taking her so long when I've been talking about stuff forever, just talking and dreaming.
But you want your friends to kind of live vicariously through you, see what you've gone through, and say, look, you see what I did, you don't got to do it. I'm helping you fast track it. You got to take as long as I did.
And she did it, and it took off, and people loved what she did. I knew they would, because every time she would come, we were like famous for having these New Year's Eve parties. And she would come through with those desserts, and I'm telling you,
I ain't never get none at the New Year's Eve party. I was too drunk. But I missed those.
So you made other decisions.
No. It's fine. But I missed those New Year's Eve parties.
Why?
What you mean why? I missed them. I missed them now.
Oh, okay.
Y'all too bougie to have them now. Because y'all neighborhood, y'all kicked out.
I guess messed up the parties. They kept spilling drinks and knocking the hookah over.
All right. But it was tighter there. I think you guys have a little more room. Have a little winter joint. Have a little outside bonfire joint. I'm in there.
No, we don't do that.
Listen, well, I want to say one thing. I want to say one thing to both of you guys, because Jennifer has her own business as well. And I mean, I'm going to give her a platform one day when she's ready to say and talk about it. And then Coop, you have two, and I'm going to segue into the other one. But, there's so many ideas out there. Like Chico, Black Ass Chico will tell you. And then even with his gang sports gear, it's like I haven't worked out probably in 6 years because of my shoulder and things like that. But I support his cause, and I've watched the progression. And then I didn't even know what you were doing. Like what you did kind of just sprouted up overnight. But I want to give you both a round of applause or a testament, whatever, to foregoing the fear that you have. And I've met so many people in this city. I'm from New York. I mean, I had a label at 18 that is still operational right now. I'm waiting for my checks. I'm dead serious. I had a label at 18, and that was a leap of faith. But I ain't had shit to lose. You know what I mean? I did what I did, and my brother-in-law at the time, did what he did, and we made it happen. And it wasn't as successful as we wanted it to be. But you guys have some ideas and some things where you developed a niche, and you're doing it. And I want to say you guys really have the magic. I think it's dope.
Thank you.
I really think it's dope, and I'm glad you guys have been here at the table to kind of support each other and do that. But while I say that, you have another business.
Yes.
That I'm going to get on you. Okay?
No, I'm going to get on you.
No, I'm going to get... There's no way you can get on me.
Okay.
I'm going to get on you because I say you don't promote it enough. You have Kitchen Chronicles.
I didn't know about the hand.
Yeah, you could be right.
She has Kitchen Chronicles, which is... I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And I don't really know that much, but I'm going to talk about it. It's a hair product line, right? A hair product, just hair, natural hair. Because their baby girl, she don't want nobody in her hair like that.
As she should.
Correct. And I got 3 like that. So that's true. Kitchen Chronicles is for African American Black young ladies.
Kitchen Chronicles is for women of color. Okay. Kitchen Chronicles, I don't want to it's a natural hair care line, meaning everything in it is natural.
Like
okay, it's juices, berries, everything from the garden, like that's everything. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like really great stuff. I just went and grabbed the whole garden, and I just like stuffed it in that bottle. And So everything in it is natural, but it's for anybody, meaning anybody and everybody. One thing that all women have in common, in my opinion, I hate the term, I've said it before, I can't stand the term good hair. Oh, it's so ignorant. It makes me sick. Yeah. So to me, good hair is healthy hair.
Right.
Anybody who knows me, I have always kept my hair healthy. That's just me. I don't do strings. I'm just, that's just not me.
You don't do what?
Strings. I know you don't understand. So it's like unhealthy hair that really you should just cut it and start over again. But you're holding on to it because you want your hair to be long, but you really just should stop and just like snip it and just let it, start again. So to me,
I'm about to try that.
Your hair looks very healthy, by the way.
Thank you. So healthy hair is good hair. So that's one thing that most women have in common is that
the desire
to have healthy hair. So I don't want to say that it's a product for natural women. I really think us as Black women get too caught up on that in general anyway. To me, in my opinion, as long as you keep your hair up, however it is that you choose to do it, and you take care of your hair, you do whatever floats your boat and whatever makes you happy. And so my hair product line is for people who have the desire to have healthy hair. People who are natural have hair struggles. People who perm have hair struggles. People who use color have hair struggles. And it wasn't until those hair struggles hit me that it kind of pushed me to like get in my kitchen and mix something up to try
that was my next question. What inspires you to
combat my hair woes? Now I've always been like the type of person, I do like a lot of research online. I'm always like calling somebody like, girl, guess what I found today? Google it said, and they're like, really? And the crazy thing about it is I just found out 5 minutes ago and they all like, my girlfriends. And, so what hit close to home for me was when we moved into this house, I was really excited about being there. Everything about the house was perfect, and when I moved in my house, I must say, like, my hair was at its best moment in life. I think like it was amazing. And I had really great hair when I moved into the house.
She was at a high hair.
Yeah, like my hair was great, awesome when I moved in there. It was. And all of a sudden it started rolling down the drain. I'm like, what in the hell?
Oh, wow.
Like, I didn't know what was going on. And I looked up everything that I could find. I mean, I tried every shampoo from the $10 bottle to the $30 bottle. No matter what I used, it did not work. I was going to I've mainly done my own hair. I would go to hairdressers periodically throughout my life, but for the most part, I did my own hair. I had my moments where I went to the Dominicans and that type of thing.
And that's okay. That's your Hispanic speaking cousins.
Yeah, but you gotta find the right one. I know some people say that the Dominicans are awful. You have to find the right one. The one that I had, she was really good. And she recognized that I had healthy hair. That's part of the battle. You recognizing that when I sat in this chair, that my hair was healthy, and I expected to still be the same way when I get up.
Right.
So we were halfway there with that. So she was my girl. We were fine. And then she left.
Don't you hate
Trump came around.
She left.
Trump came around.
I mean, I should have treated her like I treat, I'm a gambler. So
Trump came around. And
when the dealer changes, you get up from the table.
That's right.
So I should have got out of the seat and left. But no, I kept going. And so I didn't know if it was something in my house. I didn't know if it was the new people that I had in my hair. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew my hair wasn't right.
You annoyed the shit out of Chico about it.
No, I was too sad to ignore him. I just wanted an ear because it was a sad moment for me.
No, I said you annoyed the shit out of him.
Yeah, I did annoy him. I thought you said
I mean, that's what he's there for.
Yeah.
That's a part of the job. That's a part of the job description. It is.
It's a whole other conversation.
Not me. Who else is going to do it?
Right.
You annoyed the shit. Period.
Yeah, so anyway.
Did you have a question on that? Did you have something on that?
She's not done. She's talking about.
No. We good.
What happened with her and her hair?
Shut up.
This is deeply personal.
Yeah, so pretty much. So
I just got silenced.
So pretty much, my hair was falling out, and because I don't do strings, I kept cutting it. So I was going back like every 3 weeks, and she was chopping and chopping and chopping. But I didn't care. I just didn't want those strings on my hair. Mm-hmm. And my daughter, Brooke, she's always had, pretty good hair, as far as like maintaining it and that type of thing, easy to comb. I mean, this stuff would get so dry. I would have like a hard time, like, combing through it. Mm-hmm. And our wash days began to be horrific, and everything that I tried, I had like, my little $25 thing of pudding or something I would slather across her head, and then it'd be dry again tomorrow.
So you talking about Brooke's hair?
Brooke's hair too. Like her hair, I mean, I'm much older, so your body reacts to change differently when you're older. Like she's a kid, so our hair could go through that, but it was just torture to comb it, and she hated it because she didn't want me to wash. It was a nightmare, and so I got in that kitchen and I started whipping some stuff up myself, and I would put it in her hair. And at the point that it even was thought about to even be a business was my husband started stealing my hair butter that I would make for Brooke.
Chico.
Oh no!
Really, Chico?
Hey yo!
And so he would steal the hair
butter.
We
were talking about his hair when he was here too.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So Chico uses your product.
He started stealing my hair butter, putting it on his hair, and so he said to me,
"Oh my
God!" He said to me one day. He said, "Cool." My barber said that, he notices that I'm doing something different with my hair, and he asked me what was I using in my hair, and I told her, I don't know, some stuff that you make for Brooke. Oh, no. And so the barber asked me to send him something. Shout out to food. Yeah. So he asked me to send him some, and so I kind of dragged my feet because to me, I was just making something for Brooke's hair.
Right.
Right. I didn't even put it on my own hair. I was just making it for her hair. I know.
You savage.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing. I'm an asshole father.
So when he would ask me to send him some, I think I probably took like a good 2 months to send the man some. Mm-hmm. And I know. It's like, I mean, it's not that great. What does he want it? And so I finally sent him some, and he's just, he used it. And when he ran out, he sent a message through Chico to ask for some more. And of course, I ignored Chico, and it took him forever to get it again. And then so he sent me a message through Facebook, and he said, "Hey, cool, that hair stuff is the bomb. Like, you gotta send me some. You should really think about making a business out of it." And I'm like, "Really, fool?" He's like, "Yeah, you could do that. Like, you really have something on your hands. We're our own worst critics, so we always think like, is it good? Our own way. Yeah, it's not that good. Me, I'm just making it for y'all. It's not fit for anybody else." That type of thing. We just do the devil. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, when I sent them some more, and then the guy in the chair beside him, he bought some, and then so I would make some for my house and them. Oh wow! But they were like my only customers. I only had 2 customers. And so one day, my hair was at its worst. And I came home, I was looking at myself in the mirror at the job, and I was like, man, my hair looks like straw. And so I remember stopping past the health food store, and I grabbed a few things, and I got in the kitchen at night, and I whipped something up. And, when I put it on my hair, I just kind of like touched it and like kind of wiped my hair. And that stuff started glistening. I said,
but how does one just go to the supermarket?
Not the market, the health food store, she said.
All right. Clearly, I'm not about that life.
Okay.
But how does one go to a health food store and just be like, this is good for my hair? I mean, I know you did the research. Mm-hmm. That was primarily it. Mm-hmm. But what kind of courage does it take to just be like, I'm going to slap this in my hair?
Well, I knew I knew I had nothing to lose because it's no chemicals. The worst thing that could happen is I don't like it, and then I'll try.
Oh, you had an allergic reaction.
Well,
I'm just messing with you.
Well, thank God I didn't have an allergic reaction.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, when I put it in my hair, it kind of got the straw just like turned into like, it was moving and stuff.
Wow.
And so I remember making a Facebook post, and I said, man, this stuff right here, because the next day my hair was like great. I had a great hair day, and I was sitting at the desk, and I said, my hair is so amazing. I whipped something up in my kitchen. This stuff is good enough to sell. And somebody said it is good enough to sell.
Wow.
And when they said that, I said, And then someone said, can I get some? And then someone else said, can I get some?
The snowball effect.
Yes. And I had a few people that said, can I get some? And I mean, of course, it wasn't a finished product at that point. It was just something I whipped up in my kitchen. But I said, all right, let me get some bottles for y'all and I'll drop it off. And I did, and they liked it.
Listen. Some of the best hair care products I've had, especially for natural hair, because I had locks for years. I just recently cut my locks last year. It have come from it. The best hair care products were made in the kitchen. The girl who did my hair, her name's Ebony. Hi, Ebony. Hope you watch it. She makes something for your locks, and it's amazing. And I told her so many times, you need to sell this. It's absolutely amazing. So I truly believe that, you know, once you kind of get on the big level of things, you know, and you start putting the chemicals and stuff in it, it kind of starts to strip your hair. Right. But when you get the all natural stuff, you really see a big difference in your hair, and it does work. And like you said, it comes right out of the kitchen. It comes right out of the kitchen. So it's definitely, I definitely, you know, can see how that whole story just transpired.
Yeah. But,
so when is the book? So here's the thing: it's the Kitchen Chronicles, right? Chronicles means you're chronologically or somehow putting something in order, or putting something in the time. And I think Wendy should do the same thing. Because the power of word, the power of passing things along. When is the book coming?
The book. See how he's just throwing more stuff on you?
No, I mean I'm seeing stuff in existence. I mean, my older cousin, my older cousin Linda Thomas, you know, who was a chef. He used to work for New York City doing something. I can't remember. I know he operated bridges at one point, but he at one point had the whole New York City buzzing. He was the chicken man. He had a book where it was 100 ways to cook chicken. This shit he'd been growing up doing forever. If it's Kitchen Chronicles, right? And I mean, at some point, you don't need to release it now, but at some point, where's the how-to book?
It's an idea.
Well, I mean, it's an idea. Now, I will say, never say never, because you never know where you'll end up in life, or some of the things that you'll end up doing. You can surprise yourself. But as for right now, for me, I
ain't got time for that.
I just want to throw my 10 parties and make my Kitchen Chronicles, because that's what makes me happy.
Which does either one of those businesses take precedent over the other? Is one more special to you than the other? I mean, no. I kind of think you won't admit it, but I've been telling you slacking on Kitchen Chronicles.
No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. I love both of them, because I'm going to tell you, Kitchen Chronicles, like, if anybody who knows me, like, for anybody that would side-eye me and say, there will always be somebody who's known me forever that says, oh, yeah, I can see that, because they know how I am about my hair. Correct. How I've always been. This is not a thing for today or something that just happened. I have always been like this, and I do not play raggedy hair. You know, I think that it's like a part of your outfit. It's an accessory. Like, you can't be fresh all over and then your hair is looking crazy. Like, you can't do that. So, like, you know, healthy hair is important. You can get away with your hair not even being done if it's healthy, you know. True. So, very true. You know, I can't say that I love one more than the other. I will say that they kind of both took off at the same time. Right. And Kitchen Chronicles, I didn't expect to do. I planned to do Tent My Party. I've been buying things for quite some time before I actually came out and did a first party. And so with Kitchen Chronicles being a mistake, but not really, I just hadn't had the time to, it was kind of hard to do both to get them both started at the same time.
Are you ever going to merge it two? Like, are you ever going to Tent My Party and do so? You know,
like a lot going on.
Huh?
Yeah.
Doing hair and Tent My Party.
No,
I definitely want to say that.
Cut it out, EJ.
You know, we see examples of, you know, the it couple. You know, we have the celebrities.
But they one of my favorite.
You and Chico are both business owners. Your parents, y'all are out here doing it every day, and that's amazing to me. And you have 2 businesses, and you're a mom, and you're a football mom. That's a whole other story. Another story. Being a football mom, like you are going nonstop, and like I say, you are a great example of a power couple.
She don't be doing the snacks though. No, she don't be doing the snacks though.
Dad does the snacks.
She ain't doing the snacks though.
I'm bad.
You don't do the snacks because you terrible, cool. You don't do the snacks. You gotta do snacks.
It doesn't matter. She's still a
gotta do snacks.
Right.
No, that's but they are because it was funny, and I was saying it when TJ and Danny came on. I was saying how when Chico was here, your ass wasn't even here, and he was like, "Well, why?" You know, and I was like, "Sprung." You know, so it's like, you know,
nice.
and it's dope because, you know, I know them. I know, you know, Chico's my man. Chico's my guy. You know, call him, hit him up when I'm feeling some kind of way about something, and it's like you guys, Chico, TJ, and Danny, dope, awesome. I love it. I love it. You know, I know you get on his nerves. Then
EJ, you have to know that he gets on my.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's no such thing. No such thing. Only person that can talk bad about Chico is me.
Okay. It's your show.
It's me. I'm alive for the day. But I think we can take a quick break, and I want to bring back Wendy, and I want to talk about some other things going on in the world.
We could talk about some current events.
Yeah, talk about
a little bit of ratchetness. Are we doing Insecure today? Can we leave it alone?
No. Let's do it. No. Because you. This is what happened. We talked about Insecure Power, and she was outnumbered.
You get so emotional about
it. You gotta talk about Insecure. We talk about Power, whatever. You talk about Power. Do you watch Power, Wendy? Wendy watches Power.
I want to talk about R. Kelly. That's what I want to talk about. This Negro, man, listen.
All right, well. Oh yes, you gotta do the contacts.
Okay, so for Tempt My Party, it's Tempt My Party
at Tempt My Party on IG.
On IG, it's at Tempt My Party.
Okay.
On Facebook, it's Tempt My Party. My website
spelled regularly.
TENT Tent MY my PARTY.
No spaces.
Party.
No spaces.
No spaces on IG and Facebook. On my website is temptmyparty.com. If you see something that you like, a package that you're interested in, check it out. There's a contact sheet at the bottom. It comes directly to my email, and I check it every day. For Kitchen Chronicles, I have not released my website yet. It is up, but for those who want to take a sneak peek, Kitchen Chronicles is Kitchen Chronicles, and it's Chronicles with a K, haircare.com.
Spell the Chronicles though, cool.
I'm gonna have to get some. Is it Chronicles with a K?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just regular Chronicles.
Okay. Chronicles with a K, not a C, but a K.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try
some. I feel so.
Yeah, Kitchen Chronicles, haircare.com. And EJ, listen, don't try to have me divide my businesses. Both of them are my favorite.
I didn't. I asked you if you. I asked you, would you combine them? First and foremost, we need to get if you're going to do the Tempt My Party bachelor party, okay? We need to talk more about that.
First of all, you guys can't be intense. Like I mean, if I find Chico in the tent, it's over.
Wait, we still got nothing to do with Chico. We're not talking about Chico. We talking about the Tempt My Party bachelor line. It's coming out.
Oh my!
I'm gonna get my detox. I'm gonna get my bachelor party.
It's a cutoff age. It's a cutoff age for the boys. The boys.
It's a lot of discrimination.
Yeah,
it's a lot of male discrimination.
For us.
Because y'all got everything for y'all. You know what? That's another thing we're gonna talk about.
Write it down. Go ahead, write it down, EJ. We can talk about that because
I feel a lot of.
I feel like. Over there. Can we have our moment?
Can I say one more thing? Now, for anybody interested in booking a party, think about some of the holidays coming up. Don't wait till the last minute because, you know, with the holiday parties, you don't get that many weekends in that month. So if you're thinking about having like a Boo Fest or something like that, a Halloween sleepover.
That would be so dope. And I'm going to tell you, goodness.
Do not sleep on me. When I do the Halloween party, it's going to be everything.
She's very scary.
So I'm telling you, it's really serious business.
The Boo
She's
Fest.
very scary.
Yes, the Boo Fest. So you only get 4 weekends inside of October. And then Christmas is coming. Oh, I love Christmas. Don't sleep on the Christmas party.
Are you going to have them in the manger?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. But, I just think about when I was a kid and what I would like it to be, what I would have liked. And, I was such a kid, so get started. I know. Get started early. Don't get caught out there because it's only 4 weekends in each month. And once it's booked, then you just are going to have to. But you could always have like Christmas in January. There's no rules. So
hey, sometimes that tax return, baby, you gotta throw that tax return at 10-mile party.
That's right.
Throw that tax return at 10-mile
party. Good
party.
Use.
Well, all right, we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna come back for the last power time of the show, get into some popular TV show debate. Maybe address R. Kelly a little bit, but you're watching SpeakEasy if you're here. I'm Sophisticated Savage DJ Stewart, and the birthday girl is Miss Jennifer Pope, and we have our guest, Miss Denise Coop Conaway, and we're going to bring back Miss Wendy Jones. We'll be right back. Thank you.